Good morning, Downtown STEM Academy. My name is Tejas Chigurupati.
And my name is Abby Walter. Welcome to another episode of STEM TV Quarantine Edition Season 3.
Before we start this episode, we would like to let you know that STEM TV is looking for new segments to air on this season of STEM TV, the Quarantine Edition. If you have any ideas or talents that you want to share, please click on the link in the description below for more information and submission details.
To start off the show, we have Saanvi and her friend Hannah with their entertaining new segment, Backtalk. Take it away.
Welcome to Backtalk. I'm Hannah.
I'm Saanvi, and we are the hottest messes around.
Today we're going to be talking to you about Disney Channel, and specifically starting with how the Disney Channel quality has gone down, like way down, majorly, in the past few years. And it's very upsetting, frankly, for me. I feel like this kind of started around the time with like Bizaardvark and Andy Mack, where they were like trying to be with Bizaardvark, they were just trying to be like relatable with like the world and the YouTube situation,
And it backfired.
and how that was like so popular and everything.
Like a lot.
But I don't think that was done well. I feel like that was a show that like people either really liked or like hated, and personally, I was like just not a fan.
I
And
was in the hated camp. Andy Mack just it was really nice that Disney finally caught up to modern society, I guess, but they did it in a very disgusting way.
it was very controversial for parents, and I feel like they just took on so much at once that they were like just piling it all on like all of the different stuff, and we're just gonna like put it all together in a show.
It has
And it
so
was
much
just
potential.
it didn't work. I didn't personally think that it was good, in my opinion. Sorry if you liked it.
I just didn't like whoever the main actress was. Not a fan.
Peyton something, I don't remember her name.
She was in like that new Disney movie,
Oh,
The
the
Secret
movie,
Society.
which I
Sucked
was
in that
like
too.
so excited for, and then I watched that movie and it was like very disappointing.
Also, the costumes, like that dress she wears at the end. Oh, no,
I don't even think they ever even
never
wear
again.
leather jackets, but the thumbnail has leather jackets in it, which is like kind of disappointing.
I want a purple leather jacket. I want someone to be able to pull off a purple leather jacket that's not John Legend.
Okay. But
Alright,
just in general, not only that, I feel like they've also adjusted. They've gone very much to like the whole middle school thing. I don't really know what's up with that, but like Raven's Home, what was the other one? It kind of started with Girl Meets World.
Yeah, but I mean, they eventually got to high school. They only had 1 year though, which was, if you don't know me, you don't know. Girl Meets World is my favorite Disney show. It is the best Disney show. It is amazing. And we got robbed.
I don't even know if I could choose a favorite Disney show. You know, it depends on like the mood, the month, whatever phase I'm going through. Hannah Montana, that's always iconic. I'm appalled. Saanvi hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it on Disney Plus.
And I have to deal with this Disney expert slash obsessed person on a daily basis.
I make a lot of references, and then when you don't understand them, that's just like disappointing. You know, you gotta keep up.
It's on my list, okay? I'm finishing Fuller House right now.
Informed. Ooh, Fuller House. That's actually.
It's a funny show. Plus, Candace Cameron Bure, like icon, living legend.
True.
Let's jump into our first hot button topic, which is
oh my gosh,
Disney show kisses.
Ooh, that is.
I can't even. First of all, like, characters got robbed. We never got a Liv and Holden kiss.
That one was
appalling. Got a Maya and Josh kiss, and Maya and Josh are my favorite Disney couple ever.
And Maya and Josh, I feel like they were never going to get a kiss because of the age gap, and Disney would not encourage that whole situation.
But it's like not that big of an age gap, and to be honest, in like other movies, there have been like 21 or 22-year-olds that have kissed like 15, 16-year-olds.
You mean like the actors or the characters?
The actors.
Well, yeah, the actors, but that's different than the characters. Like the
but it's just like 3 years. It's not like it's like 10 years. Nick Jonas married Priyanka Chopra.
Disney has done things before where like I forget who it was. Maybe was it Sterling? I don't know. Someone was the guy in the couple was 21 while the girl was 16, and I forget what Disney
Oh.
show it was, but it was at some point.
Now that kind of makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to see a show like that. But yeah, and then
But the Live and Holden one, that was just it was sad.
that was
It was not right.
disappointing. We got like a really weirdly long hug that they just like went like this with each other, and then they're done.
Right. And then I just feel like the fact that they just kind of tease it at the end of the last episode, like, why do we never get to find out what happened to Liv and Holden in New York? We need to see them in New York.
Like, we need that spin-off. We need the Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian-esque Liv and Holden take New York. You know? The kissing. People never kiss in the first movie. If it is a Disney series, people never kiss in the first movie.
Movies. I was just wondering because so the first time I watched Zombies, I was not a fan. Also, I'm a very dedicated Descendants fan, and I felt like it was kind of like trying to compete with the Descendants. So I was like, Descendants all the way, Zombies, no. I just didn't really like the idea. I recently watched it and realized that like the first 5 minutes of both movies are like exactly the same.
Love the color palette though. The color palette, the green
That's
and the
true.
pink is amazing, but yeah, Descendants stand for life.
And so I was watching that, and so obviously I had to watch Zombies 2 because I didn't see that when it came out because I was just like, oh. And I realized they kissed in Zombies 2, and then they kiss in Teen Beach 2, but it was cut. Recently found that out.
They kiss in Descendants. Wait, they don't even kiss in Descendants 2.
They do.
They kiss in the third movie.
No, they kiss in Descendants too. True Love's Kiss works every time. Come on,
right? Because the Uma thing. And they don't. Do they kiss after the engagement? Now I can't remember.
Yeah, they kiss. They kiss when he proposes, but not at the end of the movie. So like at the very beginning, but then they don't. But like, I was just wondering, like,
very forced.
Disney, do you have a rule that they can't kiss until the second movie? Because like Camp Rock, Descendants, Zombies, they all had to wait till the second movie. Although Descendants,
the amount of money they have that rule, because they want to keep, like people like me that are obsessed with only the romance. Obviously, like I'm gonna watch the second movie and the third movie if they don't get their like ending.
Also, apparently, because I found this out like months ago, but the first Descendants movie had a kiss in it and they cut it. Like, I get why, but at the same time, it's like, that's disappointing.
It's so sad.
Like, not right. Oh, speaking of sad things, moving on to show finales, which some of them were amazing, some of them were horrendous.
Horrendous with a capital HORRENDOUS, a capital everything, because some of them sucked.
Personally, Hannah Montana all the way. I thought that ending was done very well. The way that they had like the 3 or 4 episodes leading up to it, and that she didn't just like take the wig off like 5 minutes before, like at the last 5 minutes of the last episode, and she's like, I'm Hannah Montana. Like, you saw the whole after effect of everything that happened. You know, like when Rico goes mentally insane, how the paparazzi start harassing her. She gets all the movie deals and then decides to go to Stanford. Like, I thought that was a very like thorough.
Speaking of Stanford, I love how every not even Disney, like every kids thing is like, oh my god, it's so easy to get into Ivy League school. Like Casey Undercover was like casually like, I'm going to Stanford. Like Stanford is my dream school. Girl, it ain't that easy to get in.
So like, I just feel like, and then there were some horrendous ones, as we already said. For instance, just the ones personally that I would touch on, like Jesse and Austin and Allie, which something we can get into later. Those were both really popular shows, okay? At least at that point in time, for whatever reason, Saanvi, your opinions aside.
I have more opinions, which will be shared later or in a future episode.
If you don't know this, it's like a pretty public thing, but Disney Channel shows are normally 3 seasons long, unless they're really bad, like Best Friends Whenever or I Didn't Do It, and only get 2 seasons, or they're really good, like Hannah Montana, and you get more seasons. So Austin and Ally and Jesse both had 4 seasons, and then their endings I just thought were so awful.
Oh
Jesse's is
God.
like it's so abrupt. It's just like, oh, she gets, they grow up, they don't need a nanny anymore, and she gets
Yeah.
an acting deal thing, a mabob in Hollywood,
And
and
it's
now
so
everyone's okay.
obscure. It's so obscure.
It's just so
And
random.
also, Debbie looks horrible in the last movie. I mean, I'm not a fan of Debbie in general, but I said movie, didn't I? I mean, the last episode, guys, look it up. It's, ugh, it hurts. And the
Austin and Ally was
Ally
just so
finale,
cliche.
it was cliche and so forced, and Ally's dress sucked, and
That dress.
I couldn't deal with it. And Des was the best part of that episode.
Oh my gosh, Des. I recently, with watching Austin and Ally, I realized that because when I watched it, like originally when it came out for the first time, I would always hate Des and be like, Austin's fine, Ally's fine, Trish is great, Des, why are you here? And I would like hate him. And then I rewatched it, and now I like, it's just like,
Oh my God,
he's
doesn't
great.
Sophia Carson star on the show?
She doesn't star, she
Yeah, I
guest
said star,
stars.
but isn't she
Yeah,
on the show?
in the episode, she's like this like really rich person or whatever who like they auction off Austin, and then that one famous line, Ally, why did you ruin my little sister's birthday party? That one's like, yeah.
If those of you who don't know, Hannah and I have an unhealthy obsession with Dove Cameron, but mine also extends into Sophia Carson, and I'm obsessed with both of them.
I feel like she just doesn't do. She does a lot more like music and like public and like charity stuff. Like she's not really,
Yeah.
at least that I know of. She was in that COVID movie that's coming out.
The one that
eventually. It already came out.
It already came
Songbird.
out.
Wasn't it called
Yeah.
Songbird? It came out a few
Yeah, it's called
weeks ago,
Songbird. It was
months ago.
with KJ.
Right, I knew that. Anyway,
And then
see, I
Dove's
totally
just
knew
like
that.
releasing music.
I don't
and
know.
she's
I just
acting,
feel like
too.
her acting has been like not as much lately. But
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Songbird trailer. I didn't want to watch the movie because I felt like it was like tempting fate. But she was good in it. I don't like their chemistry, but she was good in it. I don't like anyone's chemistry. I have high standards.
yeah, you do. We're getting really off topic, but
Yeah.
the point was Austin and Ally go and they get married, and then they have 2 children, and they look exactly like them. Like that's more creepy than it is like happily ever after, in my opinion. And then they have the exact same interests. They're literally like mini thems, and it's just like weird. Like you don't just get like live happily ever after like that. I feel like
Yeah.
that was a bad ending, even though like they did like the whole like 10 or 15, however many years later it was. Like I still think it was just weird, like uncomfortable.
Where are we on time? Because
Oh,
I
we're
feel like
way
we've been
over time.
rambling.
We have been rambling, and we should really wrap up. But Saanvi
All
has a
right.
lot more opinions about
I
Disney,
do.
so we can definitely do another. Episode if anyone's interested. If anyone even cared about anything we just said. So
And it will include opinions about Disney fashion because Disney, I'm gonna call you out.
See, Saanvi's more strongly opinionated about that stuff, but when I was watching the Disney TV shows, like I didn't pay attention to how good or bad these actors or actresses are because everyone is not that great on there. Like you can't really tell quality based off of a Disney Channel show because like it's not that hard, okay, right?
Yeah.
To be on a Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
And then like I don't pay attention to like the fashion either. That's just not like
Oh my gosh.
not as a child when I was watching the shows.
I guess. I mean, I wasn't allowed to watch Disney shows when I was like in elementary school, so I actually started watching them when I was around 6th grade.
And became obsessed with Liv and Maddie.
And became obsessed with Liv and Maddie and Girl Meets World, which again, we stan. Anyway, make sure to follow us at backtalk_STEMTV on Instagram for polls and other fun opinions and arguments just like this. And be on the lookout for our next Disney episode.
Maybe you can request a new topic for us to talk about or something for us to argue about because those are always entertaining.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Saanvi, for that fun segment. We can't wait to see what pointless stuff you argue about in your next segment.
Next up, we have STEM Happenings hosted by Aparna. Let's see who she's interviewing this time.
Hello, Downingtown STEM Academy, and welcome back to STEM Happenings. This is your host, Aparna Vagvala, and today we'll be checking in with another one of the wonderful clubs that our school has to offer. Our special guest for this week is the Change Club. Welcome to the show. So let's start off with some introductions. I'm actually the president and co-founder of the Change Club.
I am the vice president and co-founder of the Change Club.
I'm Pooja, the treasurer of the club.
And I'm the secretary of the club.
All right, now that we've introduced ourselves, let's talk about what the Change Club is. So at our club, we like to take students' talents and interests and use them to develop service projects that help our community. Our club's projects are entirely student-run, from coming up with what cause we want to support, to planning an initiative, to making our ideas a reality. So Nikita, would you like to give us some examples of past projects that our Change Club has done?
So we've done a lot of initiatives, including the toy drive for the Shriners Hospital for Children in Philly, where we raised over 160 donations, free rice tournament for the UN World Food Program, Breast Cancer Awareness Week posters, drive for Home of the Sparrow to support homeless women and children in Chester County, where we raised 10 boxes of stuff.
All right, so now let's talk about some of the upcoming projects that our club has.
Sure. So we have a really exciting initiative planned right now. We've organized a series of workshops that range from different topics, including baking, crafts, learning Photoshop, to even introduction to coding. And these are usually held after school hours. We encourage anyone to sign up because they're open to all of the community. And make sure to pass on the link to anyone you know.
So when does our club meet?
So our club meets every C day during advisory, whenever there's a club day, and we do not meet after school.
So what does a typical meeting of ours look like?
So a typical meeting includes brainstorming or working on planning towards our current projects. And we're a very discussion-oriented club, so we allow students to play a large role in every single one of our projects.
All right. We're nearing the end of the interview, but before we leave, is there anything else that we should say about the Change Club?
Anyone is honestly welcome to join. This is regardless of the talents you have or the interests you have. You could basically like to do anything and we can make it work. For example, I really like art and I've managed to use my talent in order to support some initiatives that we run.
Make sure to follow us at STEM Change on our Instagram.
And once again, don't forget to check out this change workshops and sign yourself up or someone else.
And that wraps up our interview. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, guys. As always, I'll be back soon with another interview, but until then, have a great week, STEM Academy, and I'll see you later on STEM Happenings. Bye.
Thanks again, Aparna, for that amazing interview. If you would like to sign up your club for an interview on STEM Happenings, please check out the link in the description below.
Next up, we have Mitchell with STEM Sports. As always, his segment is a one-stop shop for all your sports news. Let's hand it over to him now.
Hello and welcome to another week of STEM Sports. I'm your host, Winegar. Let's get into the sports. So today, I also have another sneak peek from our new podcast. Once again, I'll put our YouTube channel right up here. But also, we would like you to go and check that out because all we talk about on STEM Sports will be talked about on the podcast. Enjoy. I really want to pick Loyola Chicago just because of Sister Jane.
Oh,
Sister
right.
Jean.
Sister Jean.
Yeah, but I have Illinois going to the Final Four and losing to Baylor, so I would probably have Illinois winning.
I have Illinois winning the whole thing. Again, I went off momentum.
And then, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Alec.
Sorry. I have, like you guys said, I think that Illinois is going to pull that out against Loyola Chicago. It's either going to be a close game or it's going to be a blowout. With those two, with the kinds of strengths and weaknesses that both teams have, I could see it going either way. And then I have Illinois losing to actually Houston in the Elite Eight.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, that was never mind.
That was Michigan. Well, that was our little sneak peek from episode 3 of the Liberty for Philly podcast. If you wanted to see more, make sure to subscribe and go to that YouTube channel. This has been Sim Sports. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for the sports updates, Mitchell. Unfortunately, we are reaching the end of our show today.
Before we go, we would like to remind you to join STEM TV to help us create new episodes of STEM TV Quarantine Edition. STEM TV has a wide variety of activities you can choose to participate in, including anchoring, hosting segments, editing videos or thumbnails, or helping live stream school-wide events. If any of this sounds interesting to you, please make sure to check the description below for more details on how to join.
That's all we have for you today, Downtown STEM Academy. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay kind, and we'll see you next week on another episode of STEM TV, the Quarantine Edition.